Hello everyone, my name is Natalie Ledwell and this is the Inspiration Show. Today on the show we're going to be talking about your optimal health and how you can really create a very healthy lifestyle and a healthy life for yourself. So please welcome my special guest today, Mr. Jim Proser. How are you, Jim?
I'm well, thanks Natalie. I appreciate being here.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you here. I actually have done quite a bit of work with you and your wife Natalie quite a bit in the past. And I know that you really been helping to raise the awareness and consciousness of people on how they can truly live a healthy life. And I know that the reason you got into this type of work is you have a very interesting story about that. So why don't we start first with your story and background and how you got into this, and then we can get into some awesome information.
All right. Well, I've always been interested personally. I was an athlete as a young man. I was very much involved in the natural foods movement in the hippie days, and then when I was married later, my wife Adelaide developed a very pernicious kind of an undiagnosable series of conditions, and we went through all kinds of doctors. So in the process of going through that, we developed a show on the internet, a teleseminar series, where we interviewed all of the leading doctors, healers, practitioners of new technology in the health field, and that's how we developed.
Wonderful. So, so tell me a little bit about, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that are watching this show that have some kind of ailment or something that they know is just not right, or they're not feeling their best. Where are some of their avenues and things that they could go to be able to figure out, what is the missing piece? How can they figure out what's really holding them back from their optimal health?
Right. Well, it's a holistic. The body is a large system of interconnecting smaller systems. Our digestive system, our endocrine system, our DNA, various systems are interrelated. So there's not one area that needs to be addressed, and that's what we provide is the ability to have a holistic solution. In fact, we've run into someone we've been working with for about a year named Maria Whalen, who has developed what I think is the world's first comprehensive health program called Invincible Wellness, that goes through top to bottom, A to Z, everything that your body needs, and eliminates everything your body doesn't want in your environment, in your diet, in your exercise regime, and so takes a comprehensive look at what you need, and as I say, what you don't need. So that's what we do. We've been looking for people like Maria who have comprehensive systems where you don't go, you have a problem with your digestive system. Well, you go to a doctor and he gives you something to treat the symptom for your digestion, but it's related to every other system in your body. So if you're having high stress levels, treating the symptom of indigestion is not going to help. You're going to continue to have it because you have high stress. So that's what we do, is we try to provide a comprehensive review and a comprehensive resource for optimum health.
Right. So what do you think are some of the common denominators in really attributing to people having poor health these days?
Well, there's so many environmental assaults. I mean, our air and water, if you live in a large city, are to some degree poison, so that the food grown in that soil has less nutrients. That's just for starters. Then we have the high stress levels. We have the chemical assaults from all kinds of things, cleaners, household cleaners, even rugs, carpets, our cars, etc. So there are a lot of environmental factors. There are a lot of nutritional factors. There are a lot of lifestyle factors that contribute to poor health, and that's why we have essentially an epidemic of chronic health problems. Heart disease, diabetes, and stroke are the big three. And by some bizarre quirk of fate, the medical establishment does not address chronic issues. They have nothing generally for chronic issues. They're wonderful for traumatic injuries, surgery, things like that. But for chronic issues, diabetes, heart disease, they have nothing to give you except ameliorative or things that take care of the symptoms, but nothing that'll address the root cause.
Right. So, I mean, I know that there's a lot of things that are bombarding us from all sides these days, but what are some of the simple things that people can do to help improve their health?
The main thing is stress reduction, and that affects everything. So yoga is an inexpensive, and we also look for the low-cost and no-cost options for health improvement. So one of them is yoga. And is a terrific form of exercise because it doesn't impact your joints, and it you can be as aggressive or as relaxed as you like. The second thing is get down to the basics and make sure you have pure water. Purify your water. That may take a reverse osmosis system. Then we recommend that you connect to the earth. The earth has a subtle electric charge that we recommend that you take your shoes off and walk barefoot in the grass or walk on the beach. Connect to the earth in a regular fashion. These things, the water, the earth, your diet, your stress levels, are the basics that you need to address. And we offer devices and programs to help with all of these things, but all of them can be addressed in a very low-cost, no-cost fashion on your own.
Wonderful. Now, I know that through My Wellness Revolution that you have interviewed some really interesting people, and you are really on the cutting edge of some of the amazing health breakthroughs that are happening today. Now, I know that you mentioned Maria Whalen before, but what are some of the more interesting information that you've come across recently?
Oh, it's so fascinating. It's practically every week we find something, and people come to us with new things. We've had a fantastic product. One of the earliest products that we found is called earthing, and what it does is there are a series of devices that plug into the ground hole in a three-prong electrical outlet that we have in all modern homes. The grounding hole will plug into a number of devices that you stand on, that you sleep on. I'm standing on one right now. And they connect you to the Earth's subtle charge, a ground charge in the Earth. This turns out to be fundamental to human health. We are essentially large batteries, electrical batteries, among other things. We have chemicals and stuff, but we also retain an electrical charge. And that comes from the Earth. And if it's not replenished, then we begin to run into problems system-wide through our bodies. So grounding is an important thing, one of the exciting things. And as I mentioned, Maria Whalen, the most exciting thing for us is this person who is a pre-med student has had chronic illnesses to the point where she was at the point of suicide. She had recurring comas from the aggressive health problems she had, and she came back from that point of despair and devoted herself to creating a comprehensive health maintenance and recovery program that is unparalleled anywhere in the world. No one else is offering a program that you can go and get your body totally evaluated, get everything you need to recover, and eliminate everything your body is not wanting in your diet and environment. That's the most exciting thing we have, because that really returns us to full, abundant health. It has, I can't say the word cure without getting sued and probably shot by the government, but that's what is happening, and people are addressing all kinds of chronic illnesses. We've seen everything from diabetes to cancer to heart conditions reverse within weeks, and there's nothing more exciting than that for us.
No, absolutely. So, so tell me some of the awesome people that you've actually been able to become in contact with through the work that you do, and some of the most memorable interviews that you've done?
Well, my wife we're not only a health-oriented resource. My wife is very spiritually oriented, so we work a lot on spirit and mindset, and that having to do with, relates to health and as far as stress. But spirit and mindset, we've interviewed Panache Desai, who's a modern master of personal development, Kenji Kumara, Joe Dunning. These are people who have mastered a way of living rather than a particular technique, and they are master teachers who really are able to help people, and they have a magical quality to them where I don't know if they're channeling masters from the past or angels, or I don't know, but they all have a particular genius in helping people move to a very productive and restful part of their lives.
Right, awesome. Because that's the thing, when we're talking about health, it's not just, the exercise and what we eat and grounding and our water and all that kind of thing, but it's also mindset as well. Like, how important do you think mindset is in, the level of health that we get to experience?
It's critical. There are 5 in Maria's system. She's identified the 5 interlocking systems of the body. One of them is the mindset, and mindset. In fact, we're finding out now, mindset is so important because it controls your genetic expression. It's a new field called epigenetics. So what you think controls how your genes express. If you are, in a constant state of panic, your genes are going to express a response to that mindset, and they're going to create illnesses and diseases that you wouldn't get if your mindset was calm and collected and positive. So it's fundamental, and it is really very, very new that, people have always said it's important, and but now we have actual scientific proof that it is actually vital.
Absolutely, and that's the thing with new sciences like epigenetics. What we've realized is that we can actually change our DNA.
That's right.
Through the power of our mind.
Well, you don't change the DNA; you change how it expresses.
Right.
You're set with your DNA, but your DNA, where we used to thought our DNA controlled us, we actually control our DNA. So it's a fundamental shift in in how we see what we know about how we heal and stay healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. Jim, it's like you're an encyclopedia of health knowledge.
Oh, well, I'm just a beginner.
Because how long have you and Natalie been doing this work?
We've had a teleseminar for 6 years. Mm-hmm. We're probably the oldest health and wellness teleseminar on the internet. We've interviewed over 200 of the leading cutting-edge healers and practitioners and doctors, everyone from traditional doctors like Dr. Steven Sinatra, whom you'll see all over the TV and in print ads now, to people like Maria Whalen, who are not doctors, but are who have developed masterful programs of healing, and they're really quite phenomenal. So we run the gamut.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Jim, if we want to send people somewhere where they can connect with you or connect with Natalie and find out about like the myriad of health information that you have, where can we send them?
The best place to go is mywellnessrevolution.com, and you can also look on Google Plus for Wellness Revolution. You can look on Facebook for it's called Healthier Living News. And that's the name of the company is Healthier Living, but our flagship program is called Wellness Revolution, or The Wellness Revolution. And again, the best place to find all the information is at mywellnessrevolution.com.
Fantastic. So, guys, I hope that you really enjoyed the show today, and thank you so much, Jim, for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
Oh, thanks, Natalie. Pleasure and welcome, and thanks everybody for being here.
Wonderful. Now, I encourage you to click on the banner to the side if you're watching online, or underneath the video if you're watching on the app. Make sure that 2015 is your healthiest year yet. And get all the information that you need from Jim's website there. Now, I encourage you to also share this video and get the word out by clicking the Facebook and the Twitter share buttons on this page. And also make sure that you leave your email in the box if you haven't done so already, because I would love to send you the Manifesting with the Masters video e-course. It's actually valued at $87, and I'd love to send it to you for free. So until next time, remember to live large, choose courageously, and love without limits. We'll see you soon.